It's burger season, and instead of eating boring, overcooked dry patties with bland buns and a squirt of ketchup, it's time to step it up. Here are 3 burgers, a classic cheeseburger, a mushroom Swiss, and a Cowboy Burger. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and you'll get an animal style burger. And with that, let's kick it off. I like my burgers to start simple, then add toppings. So my basic burger is a dense chewy bun, a thick fat beef patty, a slice of cheese, and a sauce. I'll discuss a burger sauce later in the episode, but this is a good blueprint for any burger. Now, toppings. For a classic cheeseburger, I have my basic formula, with a slice of cheddar cheese, a slice of tomato, lettuce, and red onion. It lays a crunch, texture, and these toppings cut a super fatty and rich patty. Next, the mushroom Swiss. It starts with the basic formula, instead with a slice of Swiss, and the savory additions that go well with the beef patty, like caramelized onions and mushrooms. Super bulky, super filling, super savory. Lastly, the Cowboy Burger. It's the basic formula, instead with mozzarella, and with crunchy and tangy additions that go well with the beef patty. Fried pickles and onion rings. It's like if you ordered a bunch of sides and then stuffed it in your burger. With that established, let's get cooking. And to start, a dense, chewy burger bun. Here's what a burger bun looks like, and here's what we're making. In a mixing bowl, add 2/3 cups of warm water and a pack of instant yeast, or around 2 teaspoons. I have 4 teaspoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm whisking. Then goes 4 teaspoons of olive oil, 1/3 of an egg, try to save the other 2/3, and add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Put it in a mixing stand, and when it sticks to the dough hook, take it off, knead, and cut into 4 separate buns. I'm putting each of them on a parchment-lined tray to rise for 30 minutes. Okay, I don't have footage of it rising, but brush the remaining 2/3 egg on the bun, then bake it for 15 minutes at 425, and it should look like this. Super thick, super dense, goes great with a burger. Set these aside, and now let's make a patty. So I'm sticking with a nice, fat, juicy burger. A good burger has a high ratio of meat to fat, at least 75 to 25, but you'll find 80-20 or 85-15 more commonly. This, from Costco, is an 80-20 of ground beef. I have a cast iron pan, and in goes in my patty. Each of these patties is roughly a 1/3 pound of beef. After 3 minutes, it's ready to flip, and it's crispy on one end. While the other side cooks for around another 2 minutes, add your slice of cheese. As mentioned before, it's cheddar for the classic cheeseburger, Swiss for the mushroom Swiss, and mozzarella for the Cowboy Burger. When the cheese melts, take the patty off the heat, and it should be a good medium. I'm doing this for all 3 burgers, and I'll build these in just a sec. Before we start with the assembly, let's make a burger sauce. My roommate put me on this burger sauce a few years ago. It's equal parts ketchup, mayo, Dijon mustard, and a dash of Worcestershire sauce. Mix and boom, a good simple burger sauce. Alright, let's talk burger. The classic cheeseburger Deluxe. We use Deluxe to mean a side of red onion, tomato, and lettuce. Keeping it brief, lettuce, tomato, and onion add a lot of texture and balance to the heavy fat with a fresh, tart, and bitter flavor against the patty. So, let's talk shredded lettuce versus leaf lettuce. In my opinion, shredded lettuce is much better for a burger. It's crispier, doesn't get soggy in a juicy burger, and what I hate most in burgers is when I bite down on a burger and the lettuce just comes out entirely. With shredded, that's not that much of an issue. However, leaf lettuce is great when preparing and holding a burger. Since it's a single piece, you don't have any stray pieces that fall out, and if you like cross sections in your burgers, a leaf lettuce burger is easier to cut. For this purpose, I'm sticking with shredded lettuce, but it all comes down to preference. Speaking of, let's talk red onion versus white onion. A lot of people like white onions for burgers. White onions are mild, not as pungent in my opinion, but I like red onions more for burgers. I like thinly sliced red onions, served raw, since they're sharp and they cut through a fatty burger, and they also add a lot of color. Tell me, when you see a burger like this, don't you think it looks like a commercial burger? And now that we have that settled, let's assemble. Start with our bun, already sliced, a dollop of burger sauce, then shredded lettuce to soak some of the burger juices, then our burger patty, a thin slice of tomato, raw red onion, and I recorded a dollop of burger sauce, then the top bun. And it looks like a Krabby Patty. Next burger, the mushroom Swiss burger. According to Google, no one knows where the mushroom Swiss burger came from, but you know where I found about this? Via McDonald's. McDonald's used to have a 1/4 pounder mushroom Swiss burger, and my roommate had cravings of this while we lived together. So, keeping it simple, it's sliced baby bella mushrooms, sliced cheese, and caramelized onions. I definitely think a nice crispy onion would work better, but my roommate really liked caramelized onions. So mushroom wise, instead of a portobello mushroom, I'm using baby bellas, which are literally the same exact mushroom. One's just a smaller, more affordable, and firmer than the other mushroom. Next, the caramelized onion. You can use white onions, but I prefer yellow onions because they're naturally sweeter than other onions, and yellow onions are more robust than other onions, so a low and slow cook time for a caramelized onion fits the yellow onion the best. Caramelized onions add a lot of depth to the burger. They're sweet, they're rich, they're super complex compared to a raw onion, so these are great for making your burger stand out. Okay, simple to assemble: a dollop of burger sauce, then our patty, then the caramelized onions, and finally the mushrooms. Add more burger sauce and we're set. Last burger, the Cowboy Burger. This iteration is a little different. I have fried pickles and fried onion rings with mozzarella cheese. So to start, I have a dredge. If you want to make one, here's a rough recipe because I like eyeing my dredges. This is around a third cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder and 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of oregano. I have an egg and a pinch of salt and a crack of black pepper. And probably a cup of heavy cream, and stirring until it gets to this really thick mess. Start with the sliced onion, these are white onions. Cut fully lengthwise to get that ring shape. Toss these into the dredge and set this aside. Okay, for the pickles, these are bread and butter pickles, which are sweeter and a bit tart than other pickles. You can use dill, up to preference. I also made a fried pickle video a few years ago. Toss the pickles in the dredge and set aside. Alright, for the onion rings, add the dredged onion rings to a pan of oil, deep frying it for around 5 minutes per side before flipping over. A sign it's ready to flip over is that the onion ring feels fairly sturdy and the batter isn't falling off. Take these off over paper towels and let's deep fry the pickles. Similar to the onion rings, just flip in the oil after a few minutes and take off the heat when it's ready. These tend to be a bit more forgiving than the onion rings. It's time to assemble. A dollop of burger sauce, traditionally would be barbecue sauce, but I don't have any. Next, the patty, then the fried pickles, and then the onion rings. Top it off with more burger sauce, and that's my iteration of the Cowboy Burger. And here are all 3 burgers: the classic, the mushroom Swiss, and the Cowboy Burger. Geez, the Cowboy Burger is a lot taller than the others. And time for the first bite. It's juicy, the flavors go so well, they're super savory. The bun's not too thick, even though it looks like that on camera. They're easily squishable, but really dense for this patty. It's a pretty solid burger. And that wraps up the video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, subscribe and I'll get you a triple patty burger instead. Maybe McDonald's could bring their mushroom Swiss back.